Hello everyone, it's your mate Biggie from New Zealand, and today we're going to cook something that's cheap and easy. There are only 4 ingredients that you need for this recipe. So first off, what you're going to need is some cream cheese, some bacon, some chicken. I've already eaten some of this chicken, and some puff pastry. It also helps to have some baking paper and a big nice flat and a big nice flat oven tray. You're also going to want a knife and a chopping board and a frying pan. So I got my chicken on special. It was $7.99 per kilo, and that gave me 3 breasts. I'm only going to be using one of them, so it's about $2.32 worth of chicken. Bacon cost me $2.59, the puff pastry cost me $4.50, the cream cheese cost me $3.80. And that gives us a total of $13.21. I know that seems like a lot, but this makes 8 chicken parcels. Usually for one meal I'll have 2, so that's 4 meals, which brings our meal total to about $3.30-ish. I should also mention that I'm not going to use all the bacon I bought today, and I'm not going to use all the cream cheese either, so there will still be some leftovers that you can use for breakfast tomorrow. First thing you're going to want to do is preheat your oven to 180 degrees Celsius. You're also going to want to put a pan on and put it on a high heat so we can crisp up some bacon later. And the second thing you're going to want to do is to separate your puff pastry sheets. Now you see, these have been sitting in a freezer, and of course we need them to defrost so we can use them for today's recipe. We're going to need 4 sheets for today's recipe, so make sure that when you purchase these you have 4 sheets. And what you're going to need to do to get them to defrost as fast as possible is basically just to separate them. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll need our chopping board and a sharp knife. We'll prepare our bacon first. Today we're going to be using 2 strips of bacon, and you can frickin' get them out of these frickin' packets. And we're going to be cutting these 2 strips into 8 different pieces to get 1 big piece per parcel. Done. You're going to want to throw your bacon into your frying pan and get them nice and crispy. Now I know some people prefer their bacon crispy, some don't, but it's important that you get it crispy, because the thing is, when you're eating it, you don't want to be biting into your parcel, getting a stringy bit, then pulling your whole piece of bacon out, and then you're going to be left with no bacon in the rest of your parcel. So get that shit crispy. So let's get them cooking. Make sure to keep your bacon pieces separated, that way each piece can get nice and crispy and caramelized. While that bacon is cooking, I'm going to prepare my chicken. We're going to use 1 breast today, that'll be enough. So we're using chicken breast today. Chicken breast seems to have these almost two separate fillets. What I like to do is cut that in half, and then you end up with 2 smaller pieces. It doesn't matter too much if you don't have 8 exact sized pieces, just so long as you have 8 portions to go in your 8 parcels. Don't forget to flip your bacon either. Tongs are suggested. I wouldn't suggest using your fingers, but if you've burnt the ends off them 50 million times like I have, then this isn't really an issue. So now I'm going to try and get 8 different even portions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is a smaller piece, can go with this one. This bit looks a bit small, so I'll throw that there. This bit looks a bit small, so I'll throw that there, and I'll throw this last bit here. Looks even enough. By now your bacon should be done, so we're just going to take that off the heat. Don't forget to turn your stove off. And then we're going to remove the bacon from the pan and put it on some paper towels. This just makes sure to drain the fat, so the fat doesn't seep into your puff pastry. Just as an example, you can see I've removed 2 sheets of paper, and then what you can do is you just fold this over, dab it, and it'll soak up all that excess fat. So now that everything is prepared, we've got our chicken ready, we've got our bacon ready, let's get started on our puff pastry sheets. Just make sure to wash your hands after handling chicken. You don't want that salmonella, man. That shit is nasty. Don't forget to clean your knife either. We're going to use that to cut our puff pastry sheets. So what you're going to want to do now is you're going to want to cut these in half. We're going to cut each of our 4 sheets in half to get 8 parcels. Just find roughly where the middle is and chop straight through. And you'll end up with 2 separate sheets. Do that for each of your sheets. So now that our puff pastry sheets are cut, let's get to making our parcels. So what you're going to want to do is sort of build it near this end, and we're going to fold them over. So take your bacon, your chicken, and this is where our cream cheese comes in handy. You're going to want to put a nice dollop of cream cheese on there. And here's the fun part. Here we're going to make our parcels. So what you do is you just sort of fold it in on itself. And one more time. Now you see we don't have enough to fold it over again, so I'm going to stop there, and I'm going to bring this section up over and push that down. Flatten it on the edges, and there you have it. That's done. Now if you feel like decorating and impressing all your friends, just grab a fork, push this down on the edge, and you'll get a nice looking crease. Master chef right there. Now I'm going to prepare the rest of these. Boom. 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 Let's get these looking pretty. Congratulations! You made yourself some pretty great looking parcels. The hard part's done. Let's get these in the oven, get them cooked, and then we can chow down. So today I'm basically using a cookie sheet. I'm just going to line this with baking paper. That'll help with cleaning up later. Done. Now we're just going to lay out our parcels, evenly separate them so they each cook nicely. Looking good. I'm going to cook these for 25 minutes, and then I'm going to check one to make sure that it's cooked. I'll bring you back when that's done. And in you go. See you in half an hour. So the timer's just gone off. Don't forget to turn your oven off. I always do. So let's check our parcels out. And holy moly, do they look fantastic. So let's chop into one, and just to make sure that they're cooked. Right, here we go. There we are, and look at that. So I'll chop into this chicken, and that's definitely cooked. Right, let's see whether our judge enjoys it. Look, food. Does that taste good? You like that? Well, he's quiet, so I'm assuming that it's good. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'm going to be making more videos like this in the future, so if you enjoyed this, make sure to subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Cheers.